Here we go.
Hey Marvel! How are you doing? I just came up with an amazing idea for a comic book character that you can use. Oh yeah? What's the character? He's a Mazo Man. He's kind of like Superman, but better. Say no more. We're gonna use him in our next movie, Avengers 5. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to tell my family. See, we've been struggling to get by in the economy. Yeah, about that. We only pay $5,000, and you might get invited to the premiere. Wait, what? Yeah, you still have to buy your own popcorn as well. Oh. Oh. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Pop Culture Corner. Today we have some topics that we'll be talking about. Marvel Comics has recently been in the news, not paying their artists. As you can see from my little clip down there. It's supposed to be funny. It's supposed to be lighthearted. However, it is a real problem. We'll get into it all. Also, Power Rangers, the scrapped open world video game that looks absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to go into some of the pictures. I'm so disappointed that this didn't come to fruition. It looked like such a fun project. We got Stargirl premiere, What If premiere, kind of getting mixed reviews. We have social media from DC, like Doom Patrol, Titans, all of them attacking What If, and it was amazing. We got all that and so much more. Let me bring in the panel, guys. Today, Caden, Carlos, Mask of Shy, what is going on? We also will be joined by Anthony Beltray, William, so much more. William's actually here now. How are we doing, guys?
I'm doing okay. Another day above ground.
Another
What's up,
day
man?
above ground. I love
Doing
it.
awesome.
Another day underground because crap, my room is underground, literally.
the basement.
But yeah, so what are you guys thinking about this whole Marvel Comics issue?
As far as with the artist?
With the artists, yeah.
It's as old as the industry. So it's a very old issue, to be fair. So it's not.
I'm sure it is. I don't know the extent of it though. I was wondering.
Yeah, what's happening is that people are not getting. The bigger productions usually use characters that you created. If you're an artist, and for example, you created Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier character. You didn't create it. Let's say you created the concept of the Winter Soldier, all right? And later Marvel uses that concept for a movie adaptation of that story. They won't necessarily need to pay you. They won't give you. They will just took your ideas and readapt them, because the people that will be actually working would be an actual writer for a script and a directors and all of them. They will be taking your ideas and readapting them. And for that reason, you're not actually technically in the production team of the film. And so, because you're technically an outsider, you're just a comic book writer, they don't feel they don't have technically they don't have the responsibility to pay you. But ethically, if we are going to what the ethics of this issue is, that they are being unfair because they clearly depended a lot on the ideas of the original creators to do their big budget films, and it's just it's unfair. What I'm seeing actually is that they do this. What's the name of this? They do some character contracts, special character contracts or creator equity contracts to pay you some amount to cover, so you will feel a bit more motivated to keep working on the comic book industry. But yeah, that's I think how it is.
Basically, what they're doing to artists. Say you come up. Say Punisher was your idea. You created the character, and then Marvel, because when you do create these characters, they are owned by the parent company, right? You created them for the parent company to use in comic books, yada yada yada. But then when they're used in feature films that are pulling in $1 billion, they send you a check for $5,000 and potentially invite you to the premiere. A lot of people are having a lot of issues with this because there is a couple writers and or artists that one in particular who suffered like really bad injuries, and his characters at the time were making billions of dollars in the films, while he and his brother had to start a GoFundMe just to help his condition and get the treatment that he needed. So basically, it all stems from Marvel not appropriately paying or appropriately helping the creators that made the characters that now they're grossing billions of dollars in the films for.
See, that's never going to change. That's never going to change while comic books are being printed, while we're here on this earth. That's never going to change. And I know this might not be popular. It really shouldn't, because it opens up a Pandora's box. It's one thing to create a character, but everything else that goes into making that character possibly $1 billion industry, that's a whole lot of other people that are involved. And depending on when these characters are created, it could be decades before these things draw that kind of money. And you know that going in when you are creating something for a parent company, unless you're like Image or somebody where you have ownership of that company, that's just part and parcel with working for that kind of company. The only recourse is not to work for a major company where you don't own the IP that you create. But I can't see any way for them to change that without opening up a Pandora's box that wouldn't be beneficial to anybody, but maybe a handful of people.
Yeah, indeed, I think it has its pros and cons, and again, they don't need to. Actually, it's maybe it would sound unfair, but yes, Marvel Studios doesn't need to pay them. But it's just a thing about the like what they actually truly could deserve. It's like I think they should have a better treatment for sure.
Well, they don't have.
I think just that.
So I'm not an artist in the industry, but they don't have like if you create a character, they don't have like royalties and stuff like that.
No,
the problem is that you don't own the character. Usually, when you work for a company, you create a character and the company owns it. You don't own it.
So comic creators are kind of work for hire. So the companies that they work for owe them nothing beyond a flat fee and royalty payments. But Marvel and DC also incentivize popular creators to stay on with the promise of steady work and what they call equity. So a tiny share of the profits should a character they create or a storyline they write become a film, show, or merchandise. So that's where the problem lies.
No, that's true.
And
No,
so
but here's an example though. So when Punisher first came out in 1973, 1974, wasn't a very popular character. It was supposed to be a one. But in the decades since, it's like 20 or 30 different other people, Mike Zeck, Klaus Janson, all kinds of people have been involved with the the popularity of that character, and then you get to movies. Now, how do you address that then? The person who created that character got paid to create that character. He got paid. It wasn't like he negotiated a contract or a fee. He got paid for that character. Now, what happens to that character afterwards? A lot of it can be due to things that have nothing to do with the person who made the initial creation. So there's a lot of tangle that you really should stay away from. It sucks because sometimes people are going to fall on bad times, but as an organization, that can't be their issue. I mean, you're running a business, not what did Rob say? It's not show friends, it's show business. And
Yes.
What do you guys think about this, though? So the creator of Rocket Raccoon, I can't think of his name right off the bat.
Art Adams?
But he suffered tremendous injury. And his character, so his brother started a GoFundMe just to help with the costs of what that comes with, while Rocket was in Avengers, $1 billion movie. They couldn't have at least helped him out.
Yeah, but again, that's but we go again with the same point. It's like they can do it, but
they own the character.
Technically, it's not in their contract to do it.
Was this need for funds for his treatment? Was that before or after the movies were made? It happened just recently, because Endgame, which was the last outing of Rocket in the movie, was 2019. So yeah.
So it was during Endgame. So he had suffered the injury, and then all of a sudden, and then his character showed up in Endgame and pulled in $1 billion, and he's still the creator of the character is still, starting GoFundMes to just get the treatment that he needs.
Yeah, so, and I feel for that guy, but Rocket Raccoon was created in 1985. How are you going to lasso a company to every single? It's not practical. And like I said, I feel for that person and what he's going through, but it's just not practical. Because
again,
you open the door.
So it would be awesome if, for example, Marvel then provides him some support. It would be nice. Actually, that would be very brave. That would be actually valuable that we see a company help him if they help him. But it's not their responsibility to do it. I don't know what to say, because this is it's conflicting. I think the correct thing to do would be to help him. However, they don't have to technically.
No, you're right. They're not obligated to.
The injury came from 1992 when he got the injury, and it was a continuous brain injury since then.
Crap.
So, but he, I'm reading articles on it. He was given private screenings to Guardians. He was also given a major big paycheck. Also, he was given an extra $7,000 to that $5,000. So for each movie, so that's like $36,000 towards his injury from Marvel.
So he's living good. He's
25 years after.
That's a lot of money.
$36,000.
$36,000.
$36,000 is a lot of money.
Because that's how many movies. That's 3 movies that Rocket Raccoon has been in.
Well, it's also like, did he contribute to the Rocket Raccoon character in any other way besides being the creator?
Right.
$36,000 is not a lot of money.
Yeah, it's not enough for treatment. I'm not saying what they're doing.
It's not enough to even be a livable wage.
That's true. It's not a lot of money for treatment if you got brain something. But yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Now, what Marvel should do is they should help him out, but at the same time, they need to make a strong statement that this is not the norm. This is not the standard, because it cannot be the standard. You like I said, you're in business.
You can't help every single comic artist and writer that gets injured or needs a payday. You can't help every single one.
Okay.
Look, I think we could watch this a bit like, you could watch this a bit like charity. You see people starving around the world, and if you don't do nothing, okay, that's maybe you don't have enough to do it. Maybe I don't know. It's I feel this is more related to something like charity. It's like you should do it, but sometimes you don't do it.
Again,
and also, but like it says in this article, the $5,000 was only for the premiere for accommodations like travel and hotel stuff. So that's the $5,000 for the.
Did he get paid doing that?
Just to cover the basics.
But yeah.
He's already been paid for that for his services. He was already paid for his services. So anything, the $36,000, it's not enough to live off of, but it's basically a bonus on top of what he's already been paid for services renders. So, like I said, I don't mind him helping the guy out. I mean, Bob Barker's guy could empty his sock out and say, "Here you go." But they got to make sure that they don't make this a precedent. They are not. Howard the Duck could become a big hit someday in the next 2 years. But after 40 years of being an abysmal waste of time, when it wasn't making any money, that Howard the Duck creator got that money. He got that money back in the 80s. He got that money when that character took off. I mean, you're going to keep going in an endless circle if that's the standard. But I think there's like I said, two different ways to handle it. Make sure he has his treatment, but at the same time, that can't be an obligation of the company.
Also, you have to realize is that also there's the budget they have to reallocate. They have to get that budget back. So if they have a $300 million budget movie and they make $400 million in the box office opening weekend, or like for the whole thing, they have $100 million left, and they have to also pay actors for that $100 million. And for with RDJ, like that $100 million will probably go to him, or 10 of that will go to him, and then the other has to go to the other, the rent of the studios that they got,
the financiers, the people who funded the money, like Legendary.
Yeah, so it's
Carlos did said something important. It's like, apart from being the creator, did he also like help during the production of the films of the Guardians?
Well, right. As far as I could see, I know McKay was saying in the chat that he's been physically incapacitated, so he wasn't able to contribute any further since 1992. So if it's like that, then like I appreciate like his contribution to
could they have
the
donated
character
maybe to the
I think so. Like I would say if they I would be sure, like, Marvel is a big giant company comprised of several different departments, and if they have if you're a worker or a contractor, I'm pretty sure they don't really have that many full-time workers. It's like more contractors and stuff like that. I don't know. I guess I would see it as a form of charity, and like tax write-off and something like that, or like the Marvel's be a hero charity or whatever. And then
that's a public relations issue. It would definitely be a public relations cue to do it. But like I said, I heard this today because I heard this topic brought up, and I'm like, it's from the way things are negotiated, especially back when a lot of these characters that are making these $1 billion. You got to realize at one time Marvel was near bankrupt. So just imagine having the forethought to think that you're going to be in movies that make $1 billion. It just wasn't there, and so that goes both ways. So it's that's why Image was created.
Okay. I get that. Do you think that? Do you think that right now Marvel has, and regardless of what we just talked about, right? Because whether it's good or bad, or if they have to do it, or if they don't have to do it. Do you think that Marvel in with everything that's going on with Scarlett Johansson and all the lawsuits, do you think that Marvel kind of has a bad PR look right now?
They've had struggles because they have they recently finally got rid of Jeff Loeb and who, Jeff Loeb and Ike Perlmutter, who were notorious for taking money away from Marvel Entertainment and supporting it for Trump and taking it and supporting conservative companies and stuff like that when they weren't supposed to, and they were putting their biases in towards certain practices. So
one of the big
they
things
use
Bob
they use
Iger
company.
did
Do they use company funds for that? Just a quick question. Sorry.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
So it was like a big investigation that they had to do.
right now you're going on between two different CEOs. You have the outgoing person, which is Bob Iger, and you have the new person, which is Chapek. Chapek is not a really personable guy. If you read some of the articles, Iger was disgusted about what happened with Scarlett Johansson. That would have never happened under his watch. And so it's one guy right now that's doing a lot of the bad PR. Because the Scarlett Johansson situation should have never happened. She should have never had to sue. They were they were very tasteless in the way that they put her salary out there. That's not something that Iger would have done, but it's something Chapek has done, and he's going to get a lot of blowback because a lot of other people are going to end up suing him because of the weighs things down. And none of these are going to reach court. The Scarlett Johansson case will never reach court. They're going to settle out of that because it looks bad. It looks awful.
I believe that all this stuff, because not only is also Marvel's ruining their relationship with Scarlett and Disney's ruining their relationship with Scarlett, but Scarlett is also ruining her relationship with Disney and Marvel as well. So it's there's a double standard right here. There's
I mean,
a lot of things are at stake.
If that was Bob Iger still running Disney, this would have never happened. Even Kevin Feige felt like he's embarrassed by what the new leadership is doing at Disney. So, Bob Iger probably would have given Scarlett her $20 million, whatever she was asking. But I hope she got a great relationship with Kevin Feige, so I hope she returns in the future. But this new leadership that Disney has is terrible right now. Maybe in the future, Bob could come back, but it's just terrible. Just terrible PR at Disney right now.
Yeah, I agree.
It's bound to happen, though. If Warner went through it, now they're going through it.
That's true.
I would have assumed once they started going straight to streaming, they would have been mass kind of changing out the contracts,
But she didn't know
to avoid this.
She didn't know.
Okay, that's the thing.
It was
when she says she doesn't know, the thing about that is that she could have known. She had to have known that it was going to Disney Plus because she's an executive producer, and being an executive producer, you're part of the process done. That
was done after the fact, though. That was done after them making the decision to move it to Disney Plus was done after her obligations were done. That's true. She's gonna win this case, hands down. They have no leg to stand.
No, once you're executive producer, you're executive producer until it's released.
Yeah, but once her contract calls for certain things, for certain services rendered.
A bonus.
So she fulfills her end of the contract. Their decision to move it to Disney Plus was not hers. And it goes beyond what she's done. She did her thing. Now COVID and everything else that happened, it's awful, but that is not what was negotiated in her contract. So they have no legs to stand on or ankles.
Because she said she was going to have bonuses if Black Widow made 100 million, 400 million at the box office or something like that, and she didn't get all those bonus that she was gonna get. So
because of being released on day and day or released on premium affected her earnings.
That's true.
So,
I wonder how could they even track streaming numbers and incorporate that into
I don't know. That is weird. How you even got Black Widow released one day and they already got 80 million people watching it or 62 something it's just it's crazy Disney. I hope Scarlett come back in the future. That's what I hope for.
Yeah. We're not going to spend too much time on this tonight. I thought it was a topic that maybe could I just feel that maybe they could pay them a little bit more. And it seems like it just seems weird that they hand them a check for $5,000, and then maybe they get invited to the premiere, and I don't know. It just didn't sit. It didn't sit well with me, and I don't think it sat well with a lot of people.
I can tell you something. If for some reason DC starts doing it and publicly, actually, maybe let's say DC also uses like, hey, by the way, we're also paying our old artists, and we're creating a little foundation to promote and protect our artists that are injured. That would kind of push Marvel to say, oh, we're doing the same too.
Well, remember, DC was the first person to pull this kind of thing with the Schusters and Siegels. It took
Yeah.
them
Oh,
decades
yes.
until after they weren't even alive when they started to recoup some of the money that DC got from them. And that was back in the day where you did negotiate part ownership in whatever you created. So,
Yeah,
Yes.
you're 100% right. 100% right. All right, guys, let's move on. I know this is a topic that's can only be talked about so much. So, next up, I do want to talk about some really cool thing that I think I'm not a video gamer, but I
The
think
Power
this
Rangers.
yes.
I'm a big gamer here. I'll do it for the both of us.
All right, all right. 1 second. So yeah, we're gonna get into that right now. All right, so a scrapped Power Rangers game was in develop. Well, it was in early development, and some leaked concept art for the video game, which was gonna be open world, and it was gonna see a multiverse kind of aspect where several different Power Ranger groups were gonna come and fight this villain. And the concept art is absolutely stunning. Stunning. Saban did end up passing on the game, but what would you get? I mean, from what we're seeing, this was going to be beautiful.
It looks dope. I mean, this if this
Oh
were
my
released
God,
a
those are
year,
Power Rangers in space. Oh, sorry.
no, it's okay,
No,
man. Like it would have been dope. I would have played it and bought it if it was like $50 or $40 or whatever amount. Like it looks dope. I mean, the 2017 movie was garbage. Just saying.
are you sure?
How old are you?
I don't know. I didn't like that movie. I
Did
feel
you?
like
Are you a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers guy?
I watched the original movies from the '90s and stuff.
Yeah, the Mighty
So
Morphin ones.
yes, those are
So
great. But it's just
I'm also a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers fan. Um, the new movie I thought was tonally different,
I
and
didn't like the suits. Like for whatever
you didn't like
reason,
the
just
suits.
no. Like I was like, oh, I wish I was like the more classics one from the '90s. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I did like I liked it, and I liked the post credit scene where they dropped Tommy, like a little hint towards Tommy.
That was cool.
But
Yeah.
overall, I mean, it's scrapped. That movie is scrapped. Saban sold
I
off.
never got another sequel. Yeah.
Yeah, Saban sold off the rights to Power Rangers, and I'm sure something is in the works for something else. But
Isn't there going to be a new Power Ranger movie or a series?
yeah, I mean, Saban's original idea was to have like 5 or 6 movies.
Damn.
And I thought that was a cool idea. Like it was kind of like Mortal Kombat in a sense, where they were, not shooting all their eggs or shooting all their ammunition at first, and they were leaving the best out for last, which would be Tommy. And in the case of Mortal Kombat, it would have been what's his name?
Johnny Cage.
Johnny Cage. So
Yeah.
it was like similar in that way, but I didn't mind the film. It could have been better, of course, but
Yes.
I mean, this world, this Power Rangers game, I mean, the art from it is absolutely gorgeous.
I mean, hey, they should get Sony to redo it. I'm just saying.
And the Yellow Ranger right here is a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, it looks like.
Yeah.
Well, I
It's Trini.
I was never into the Power Rangers when I was younger. I just never got into it because I don't think I ever had the channels that it was on. But I would just want to know how the gameplay would be. So, like whether it'd be third person or first person, or whether it's co-op or whatnot.
Right,
You know?
right.
What I was reading was that it was going to be like an open world, inspired a bit like by Arkham City, Arkham Asylum. Well, Arkham City more like it.
I would, yeah, and I would love to have a Arkham style game, like the gameplay, combat system, as well as the gadget system, and being
That
able
would have been dope.
to choose your route on how to actually attack the enemy. Is just awesome. But to include like all the Power Rangers and to have like if you could do like 4-way co-op, or at least 2-player co-op, and continue the story, like that'd be amazing. That I don't think that hasn't really been tried before, unless it's like a linear game like Army of Two, or like some beat 'em ups. They always have co-op mode, but a co-op sandbox, I feel like that's like the next evolution in sandbox gaming. And that's kind of what I wanted in Grand Theft Auto 5 when I first heard about it back in like came out 2013. So back in like 2011, 2012, I was like, oh, there's 3 different characters, so there's a potential for 3-way co-op. Never happened. And then I saw the Spider-Man game came out, Spider-Man for PS4, and I was just thinking that would be the perfect place to do another kind of like title like that with the
That game was amazing.
yeah, with it, that would be in the space in the same world. They already have the whole structure, the format, and the assets and stuff like that. But it would be like the Defenders, So it'd be like Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and the Iron Fist, 4-way co-op, or you could play single player or whatever, and like it would fit perfectly into that world. They're not too overpowered, so you won't have to question what could be, or like, oh, why isn't this guy just beating everybody up? It's like, no, they're street level heroes, and you could grow and you could develop, and I think people would really love it. And it's not the average thing. It's not like the Avengers game, which is straight garbage. So
right. Yeah, guys, so if you could share the stream so your friends, family, and enemies can watch along with us tonight, as well as send a super chat. If you do send a super chat, we will read it on air and discuss it, and consider becoming a member of the channel. I'm super happy to have y'all here tonight, and we have so many topics. Guys, did you watch What If?
Oh, that episode was
yeah.
the Peggy
I think
Carter episode was brilliant. Great. Yeah, great.
You liked it?
Yeah, I mean, it reminded me of the first Captain America movie. That's what it pretty much was.
Yeah,
Like,
of course.
It was a callback.
It was the same storyline.
Yeah, same storyline.
I only
but with Peggy.
yeah. What were you saying?
I was like, I like how they changed it up at the end where you see Nick Fury and Hawkeye recruiting her to, and then I thought that was a kind of great plot twist at the end.
Yes, and that's what's gonna set the tone for the series, because Peggy Carter, whether anyone wants to admit it, is going to be a central character in this series, right?
Defend the Menace.
What?
No, people say that the episode was woke and stuff. I was like, bro, relax.
Oh my god!
Yeah, like I swear, like, come on,
Are
how?
people saying that?
Oh
Just
my
because she's
god!
muscular, like I don't get that.
I think
I feel-
they were like, oh, they took away from her femininity or whatever,
No,
and that
like what?
it's like symbolically like, oh, she's like transitioning into a man,
No.
and I'm not about that.
I hate that. I hate when people say
from
that.
a symbolic perspective, she is becoming a bit more masculine, but it's what it needed to be done because she's using the super serum soldier, the serum of the super soldier. So of course she's going to get very muscular. It's like it makes sense.
I just felt like it's like what Erskine said, and they kind of this was my problem with the episode, is that it was just too short. It felt too rushed, and I felt like
it's 33 minutes long.
It's
It's 25 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a
it's 33 minutes, and for like animate, like for an animated series, like episodes could literally be as short as 22 minutes or whatever, and I would accept that. But the thing is, to have one whole contained arc and an introduction to every single character as well, and have a beginning, middle, and end, to be like kind of like a mini movie, I think it was a little too quick.
much.
So we didn't get those little quiet moments. Because I guess people assume, you already know the story because you watched the first Avengers, so we don't have to spend too much time on it. I would have liked if
that's why they kind of took
But
the
like,
highlights.
it is the same story though. Like,
Yeah, but that's why they took the highlights and kind of skipped you through it, but with Peggy in it. This episode, I can and take it from someone who watched the other two. I think this is a better series when you can watch it back to back. If I could give you guys any advice, I would wait till there was like 4 or 5, maybe even the whole series out, and then binge it back to back. It feels so much better and it flows.
more cohesive.
Right.
Because
you're the 33-minute episodes, like you're kind of like jumping through it, and jumping through these storylines, with the exception of a couple episodes. I'm telling you, episode 2 is going to change everything.
Also, like when
Okay.
yeah, also talking about this episode, like how it's like the same to the first Avenger. I wouldn't say it's the same because Red Skull's intentions have changed.
That's true.
You know,
Yeah.
because and also the base has changed. The a lot of things has changed actually. You know.
Well, to me, it made sense for Red Skull.
Steve Rogers is still in it, but as Iron the Hydra,
The first Iron
Smasher.
Man.
The first Ironmonger.
And that was cool to see, like, what's gonna happen with that in the future, like, yada yada yada.
Yeah, and also what we realize also it's like Howard Stark and I can't remember Miss Stark's name. They're not dead now. They haven't been killed by the Winter Soldier now because Bucky didn't,
Never became the Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
never became the Winter Soldier. So yeah, that'll be cool to see what happens, like in season 2, what continuation of that.
Very much so.
I really
What's
thought
up, Real Elmo Cinema? My favorite viewer of all time.
Yeah, I think they're doing the They are going to also do the Avengers story from the first Avengers story from 2012.
Well, they did that. That was the episode.
That was
because there was the trailer that teased that everybody was going to team up. I was like, okay, that's good. I want to see that.
So I was wondering, like, I thought this was going to be an anthology. I thought literally every single episode
is an anthology.
Was good.
Anthology, it could mean a whole season worth of storyline,
and also like
American Horror Story.
Yeah, rather than Black Mirror.
Yeah, it's a mixture of both of those in a way. Actually, so it's like you have every episode's not connected until the last one, and then it becomes connected.
Is this connected to Doctor Strange?
It because of the events of Loki finale is what starts the what if, and then it connects to Doctor Strange 2.
What about Spider-Man?
It might connect to that.
We don't know yet.
Yeah, we don't know, but it might.
We're still clutching our pearls for the Spider-Man for No Way Home trailer. Like we thought it was gonna be July. Nope. We thought it was gonna be August. Nope. And it's probably been delayed. Like it's probably not coming out at the end of this year. Because
it's
not coming out this year.
The rights to,
it is coming out this year.
Marvel get the rights.
You think?
To Spider-Man?
Yeah.
It's like 3 months and there's nothing.
Like next month,
there's 3 months. There was 3 months for Ghostbusters Afterlife, and there was nothing until weeks ago.
Wait, there is still 2 trailers for the Ghostbusters.
That's true.
Yeah. There was only a teaser, a little snippet.
I mean,
Well, a teaser
overall,
and an official
And
trailer.
and the official trailer came out 2 weeks ago. Like the
Yep.
first official
Yeah,
trailer
it
came out
did.
2 weeks ago.
that trailer was good actually.
And when is that movie set to come out?
It's coming out in November, so that's 3 months. So I think the trailer for No Way Home is possible late August. This late August.
Isn't
Alright.
there a rumor that the 5th episode of Hawkeye is gonna feature Kingpin, and then that will tie in into the release date of No Way Home.
Well, wait, the Hawkeye series.
I cannot
the Hawkeye series is
confirm
not
nor
coming out.
deny.
Because
Yeah.
like,
All right,
if
so
that
that's
rumor
a
is
subtle way
true,
of saying
I'll be-
confirm. We got
that'd
you.
be crazy.
Yeah, I
But
cannot
wait,
confirm nor deny.
when does the Hawkeye series? I thought it was coming out next year. The Hawkeye series.
It's coming out November
November.
24th of this
Oh
year.
my god!
Yeah.
I'm
Miss
living
Marvel
I'm
is
living
coming
under
out
a
in-
rock.
And Miss Marvel is coming out in January of next
That
year.
is so stupid. I'm sorry, Disney, but January you're gonna have. I mean, I love Marvel, but you're gonna be.
There's no
every
time.
show,
There's no
every-
time for What If between the What If and Hawkeye for Miss Marvel to release. There's only 5 weeks between the two, and there's
Well,
6 episodes for Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel should release in October, but it is what it is.
And they can't do like a 2 episode premiere with that. It has to be it has to release weekly with Miss Marvel.
Yes.
Um,
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
so that's why they're pushing it to January, and so they can release it weekly. And then once it releases all the way, then you hit She-Hulk, and then you hit
So when is
Moon Knight, and you hit all
so when-
those.
yeah. So when is Moon Knight premiering then?
It'll probably be like where Falcon and Winter Soldier was, or possibly Loki, where Loki was.
Next year.
So that
Yeah,
means She-Hulk
next year.
will be. So
Yeah,
She-Hulk will be.
She-Hulk was technically the first Disney Plus series for next year, but then
Yeah.
some post-production delay stuff with
Yeah,
Miss
y'all
Marvel.
think She-Hulk CGI is gonna be good? Because it's a 10
Yeah.
episode. It's 10
Yeah,
episodes.
they-
I know Universal owned the rights to She-Hulk too.
Yeah,
So, like,
so
It's 10 episodes?
they spent 2 weeks with camera tests for Tatiana to figure out if she was going to be painted and add CGI, or just mocap, or just painted. But then they're like, oh, we have to add CGI if she is painted. So that's still
people's
unknown.
going crazy. 'cause
All right,
people
all
don't
right,
like
all right.
Professor Hulk.
My question, Caden. Where you getting these information? You coming up with this on the fly?
No.
Oh, okay. Wow. It's
Yeah.
deep. All right. I didn't know this
Yeah.
guy was deep in it.
Yeah.
I
Well,
appreciate it.
he's our producer, so we're putting stuff out on that later. So
Oh,
Yeah.
stay tuned.
Classified.
So can I
absolutely.
ask a question then? Is okay? So I know Titans is releasing tomorrow. I know
Yeah.
you watched the first 3 episodes.
I watched much more than that.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, more than that. Damn. Is the season good?
Caden, I'll let you answer it.
Yeah, it's way better. If you did not like the first 2 seasons, you'll like this season.
I hated the first season. I love the second
Yeah.
season.
I watched
Okay, you'll
some
like
clips.
this season.
I watched some clips
Nice.
about this. It feels nice. However, I just not a fan of on how
because
they were
Jeff Jones
developing.
was writing it.
I just don't like how they developed Starfire and Dick Grayson. The only 2 ones I care about in the first season was just Raven and Dick Grayson, and after that they just went downhill.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The only thing,
This
maybe
season-
maybe I changed my mind, but oh well.
this season, you'll like them this season.
yeah,
It starts off. It's really good.
Guys,
Um,
if you liked even remotely
yeah.
the first 2 seasons, this season, so you got to remember DC Universe was not equipped to handle
I
shows
hate that app so much. Oh my
shows of this
Yeah, it was pretty trash.
this caliber, especially as their stories became more
Bigger.
became larger and more extensive, right? So when they went over to HBO Max, the pieces of the puzzle started to come together. They could bring in bigger names, better VFX people, more known VFX people,
Yeah.
better
That was
directors.
the problem is that that wasn't the issue. It was never the issue with the effects. It was never the issue with the actors. The problem was the script and how they
Yeah,
handled
Okay,
the
God. It's
but
because
characters.
of Jeff
yeah,
Johns. He wrote
yeah.
the first 2 seasons.
but
Yeah.
but I'm getting there.
Yeah.
So they also they were able to have the writers work directly with the Caden, what was it?
The actors with
The actors. So the
like-
actors, the actors seem much more dialed in. They have a love for their characters, whereas maybe before it was kind of meh. They seem to
they actually know where their character is going.
Yes.
Previously, they didn't.
Yeah.
They only knew mid-season where their character was going. Previous
Right,
seasons,
right.
and it was just like
the actors are finally the ones that are controlling the character. Not controlling the character, but
like
they're the
moving
ones
it
that
forward.
are moving it
this
forward,
season,
and you can tell. You can
Yeah.
tell.
Okay.
And Red Hood is
Oh my god!
by far one of the best things as far as Batman and Robin stories go. On screen, this is the best Batman Robin story told on screen to date, hands down, no questions
I
asked
have a
about
question.
it. However,
Alright.
however,
However,
the issue I do have with Titans
Yeah.
is it sometimes needs to remember that it is not just a Batman and Robin story. There
Yeah.
are other characters in the show that do need to be explored and who have backstories
team story.
that are just as interesting. Teen Titans, and Teen Titans Go were shows that were so successful because they didn't just explore one character; they explored the
Each
multitude
member.
of characters. So that's my one critique on Titans.
And also, what I like is that with the reintroduction of these characters, and with Starfire, she is kind of getting a reintroduction in a way, with her story and her with this story, and I like where they're going with this one.
The one thing I hear about Titans last season was the season finale was straight up trash.
Yes, yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Like,
No,
the
you're
thing
not
is,
wrong.
How can an Amazonian die from electricity?
No,
She's not an
Explain that to me.
Amazonian. That's the thing. She's not an Amazonian. Donna Troy is not. She's a regular human being who was adopted by Diana Prince to take to Themyscira because her parents died, and then in front of Diana when she was on a mission. So
Okay.
she took him to Themyscira to become a Amazonian.
I know in the
Themyscira.
comics, Diana Troy
That's this Donna Troy story.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
And
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
yeah. So and it's
I don't
it's
want
her
to see
story.
this Batman, this Bruce Wayne suit up. Like, he's too old to suit up. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, no, and again, another criticism I have of
He looks like he's 100 years old if he suit up.
yes, he does.
He's been
him-
Batman for 30 years, but he looks like he's been Batman for 50.
He in this story,
Mhm.
he in this story is someone who
What's up, Zach?
moves the story forward when it is called for. He is not someone who's suiting up as Batman.
No.
He specifically wants to have a replacement, right? So Bruce Wayne, you're not going to see Batman. You're going to see Bruce Wayne.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh,
so in
H
the
Barts.
trailer,
H
Well,
Barts, thank you so much for the $2 super chats. What is up, my friend? H Barts and
Who is
Elmo
that?
are in the
Oh my
house
God.
tonight. Let's get this going, guys. Let's get this going. We do need some support.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That is great sound effect.
And then
Where's
another one.
ZO2?
Where is Justice League 2? Well, hey, listen, guys. I need more money. I need more money to crowdfund Zack Snyder's Justice League 2, and I need more money to get Henry Cavill signed. I need more money to get them on the podcast. So any super chats that you guys do send go directly towards that and the show's quality. Guys, we love you so much. Real Elmo donated, I think, $100 last night. You guys are the best audience ever. Well, Jarbo's audience is pretty good too, but you guys are amazing. H Barts, I'm so happy to have you here. This is H Barts' first time at the Pop Culture Corner. Guys, give him a round of applause.
Let me get that for you.
Yep.
Those are great sound effects. Holy
Thank you,
crap.
Carlos, for the assist on that. Thank you so much.
Gotcha.
But guys,
thank you, H Bar.
where were we on before that?
Well, you guys were getting deep on
Captain
Titans.
Oh,
and
and Titans, and don't worry, he does. You guys can check out my review. It is on YouTube. It is an exclusive review on the first 5 episodes. There are more episodes that are available, but they haven't been released on embargo yet, so I can't talk about them. But the first 5 episodes, they really set the tone as this is a new series. Well, it's the same series, but it's a new series on HBO Max, and the soundtrack's better. The cinematography is better. The acting is better. The costumes are better. Guys, watch. I mean, it's Thursday. It's coming out today. Watch it. I promise. And that first episode really, really sets the tone. And you guys are gonna love it. You guys are
Also,
love it.
like they also redesigned Beast Boy's tigers and did more animals for him. So
William,
you can,
turn to
Yes,
more
I saw
animals?
it. He looks more realistic. That's nice.
William with the $2
I saw,
super chat.
I saw a
had
fight
to
scene
bounce.
against Gizmo. They published a clip.
Yes, Gizmo is in the first episode. William Powell with the $2 super chat says had to bounce. Sorry, William, you're okay. We love you just as much. But yes, what were you saying about Gizmo? I'm sorry.
No, nothing. It's just that I saw just a clip about them fighting Gizmo and his band. Just that.
Yeah. So we see the Titans fighting Gizmo as a way to show that the Titans are a well-oiled machine when we first are introduced to them in season 3. So Gizmo is just a way to Gizmo is not a villain throughout the story. He is just someone to show you how well-oiled that the Titans are working together.
and also to set up something later on too.
Yes.
I have a question. So in the movie Under the Red Hood and in the comics, does Batman go after Jason Todd? Or they never do that in Titans this season? Well, after the Joker, kill him. So
yeah. Batman does go after Red Hood in the comics. However, this is a different story, and of course, like when you're adapting to live action, things are going to change. This series is definitely focused on Titans and rather than Bruce Wayne. But Bruce Wayne is a character that again is someone who moves the story forward when it is called for.
So he's not suit up then.
He does not suit up.
So stupid.
Why?
But it is what it is.
Why is that stupid?
It's weird.
I mean,
it's
you know what?
that...
I can feel you on that. I can feel you on that. But this story does focus on the Titans, and the Titans, we have to remember, the Titans gave up on Jason Todd. They didn't have time for him. He was a nuisance at times. He was troubled.
Bait boy.
Probable. He was had a problem with authority, and the Titans really just dismissed him. And now they are. And how you doing, Patrick? Watch the replay. Thank you so much.
And now he's dead.
And now he's dead, and they are suffering consequences of that because they feel directly responsible, in which they kind of should. So it's an interesting dynamic between the Titans and what happens, because they feel responsible because they could have done more. And then
some two people feel like they aren't responsible because they kind of victim blame him. After a certain action that happens, then they start blaming themselves.
Yes. And we do get the Blackfire, Starfire storyline, but it's definitely not what I thought it was going to be. But it does again. I can't stress this enough. Sometimes it just seems like a Batman Robin Red Hood story, and I guess that's okay. But I would like to see Gar.
It has been that way since from the first season. Always more focused on Dick Grayson and his plotlines. I think I don't know. I feel they won't gain me back, but it's okay. I'm not their public, so that's cool. Maybe this is for a new public, for a new kind of audience that expect a recreation of this character. So I think if that works for you, that's great. But I'm not the audience, because I would expect them to at least be more. Not even. I know you're saying, but the actors now they're actually working with the script, and they are more involved with the stories and the characters. And I couldn't care less, because the actors the actors don't really matter for the story at the end. You could say it would help to execute better the characters and their deliveries, sure, but what matters in that case is the director and the script. And
it also matters on the actor, because
you cannot just change the whole script.
They're the ones that help you visualize the story. They're the ones that help you hear the story. And without the actor, the director and writer have nothing to show visually or audibly.
Actually, you can write a good script even though you have a bad actor. And you can actually use a bad actor to perform and make him perform good enough.
No, I'm saying without actors in general, you don't have a person to perform your thing visually or audibly.
Of course, you need them, but I'm just saying that having the actors now involved with the characters is not this big of an improvement. What they needed to change is just the whole script and do something. I don't know what the heck they would have done, because
you also need the actors to be invested in your character. If they're not invested in the character, then it seems like it doesn't seem well received.
I think what they should have just left everything related to Jason Todd and just focus on the characters like Raven, Beast Boy. What the hell are they doing with Beast Boy now? Nothing, I think. I suppose he's just not as interesting. I'm ranting too much right now. Sorry.
I mean, honestly, like I would love to. Yeah, you're good. You're good, man. I would love to contribute more, but I just never vibed with Titans ever since the first trailer for the first season. Well, one, I didn't have the DC Universe app, but in the beginning, but after that first trailer and F Batman, it's like it didn't vibe with me. But super chat.
Adam Silvestri with the $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much. Does Raven show up?
Oh.
I actually am not going to give this away. I'm sorry. I know that it is a super chat.
But of course she will.
She's in the trailer. So
she's in the trailer, training with a sword with another Amazonian.
She's wearing a white suit.
But does she show up in
Well, she will,
in
of
the
Yeah, well,
course.
then she
does
will.
she show up in the first whatever episodes is basically what he's showing is he's asking.
Oh, all
So
right.
I will not answer that. I'm not gonna and you know I love you, man, but I won't tell you. I've seen the first you know roughly the first half of the show, and I'm gonna probably be finished with it by what
Mid
Kate
season.
mid season, and sh- I can't answer that. I'm sorry.
Does Aqualad return? I know. I hate to kill him off so quickly. I wish he never did.
Send a
Where
super
is
chat
he?
and I'll no, I'm just kidding. Um,
God damn it!
no. Aqualad is dead. I thought
Yeah, he's dead.
he's
Yep.
dead. So
Damn it! I hate
If they
Titans.
bring back, they bring.
he was in it for season 1, I believe.
I think they will bring back Donna. I think.
I
Right.
do think they'll bring back Donna because of the Lazarus pit.
Yeah.
Well, also they brought her back to Themyscira, and she's also in the trailer and also in the promo stuff. So,
That's true.
and she was on set.
So Deathstroke. I know. I mean, last season, Deathstroke. I mean, he's not dead. He's alive. But I hope he returns in the future because that was a great casting by Titans. That was a great Deathstroke, in my opinion.
I
last
don't
season.
think he's coming back.
Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna be coming back. I don't even know if his daughter's gonna be coming back. Honestly,
His daughter's gonna come back, but not this season.
God damn it, I hate Titans. No, I'm playing. But I mean, like Titans are a great show. It's just that the season, I don't like season 1. I dislike it. It is what it is. I like season 2 much better. It's just like the season finales needs to be better. Just need to be better because I just for the last 2 seasons it just did not get great with the season finale.
Okay. No, and I understand that. But as far as DC content goes, I think as far as like the DC television content goes, I think this is one of the better. It's definitely better than the Arrowverse.
I mean, Superman.
I mean, no doubt
well,
about it.
Superman
Like,
Lost is HBO Max, so I wouldn't count that. I mean,
What was weird?
first, but damn. I mean, Grace is canceled after what she said about Jason
Harley.
Todd.
Wait,
No,
what?
she said something bad about Jason.
She said a
Todd
lot
earlier.
of things. She even
Whoa,
said,
whoa. Wait, whoa. Someone start from the beginning and tell me what's going on. She blocked me on every platform. I don't know what's going on.
No, I think they just cut off a clip from. I think it was from her review about season 2. I think, and she mentioned
Season
that
2 of what?
Of Titans, and she just mentioned that the actor of Jason Todd looked like a
It's a Simon
prostitute
Alaska.
boy.
a male prostitute.
I was
prostitute.
like, yo.
I know.
He
And
acts
that-
like a diva, to be fair. He acts like
and
a
then-
diva and all.
And then also she said some things about saying how how Percy Jackson, a 12-year-old, supposed to be sexy, and Jacob Tremblay is not sexy to be Percy Jackson.
Yo.
And then she also said that like coming out is basically putting like tension towards you that you shouldn't come out. And she also like basically says rumor that Henry Cavill is gay.
Oh.
And like
She's gonna.
I recognize the council has made a decision, but given that it's a stupid-ass decision, I've elected to ignore it.
I didn't
The
expect.
Winter Soldier, one of the greatest
Expect all those
MCU
things.
films of all time. But, I mean,
That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Out of her mouth.
Grace is a crazy person. Like
She is the worst YouTube personality that there is.
she also all
like,
of the
why
drama
would
that
you
she
say
caused.
that?
Like
I don't
also
get
she
it.
caused drama with Pedro Pascal, saying
That
he
is
doesn't like wearing the mask for Mandalorian. when he doesn't even wear the mask, like for scenes. Like the only time he wears the mask is if they need him to come on to take it off and to and look like he's putting it on, and then they cut and then put the stunt person in. Like that's all he.
I mean, but
it's
we all know.
To be fair, that's a bit
Wanda,
disappointing, right?
But
I don't know.
She's very weird and not cool.
Yeah. All right, guys. Let's move on to our next topic of the night. All right. So, what if debuted last night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no,
night.
this morning.
This morning, last night, whatever. Guys, give me your general thoughts on what if.
Yeah, so we touched upon this earlier, but we kind of went to Titans.
I think we already talked about it.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it. It was just way too short. Zoom by everything. I had no problem with Captain Carter. I loved her characterization, and
her design is sweet.
Yeah, funny enough, towards the end when they were fighting the climactic battle, Red Skull's plan has changed. Okay,
I'm sorry.
That
was actually the topic that I wanted to go into. So let's breeze by this.
Yeah,
that one's gonna take us into probably another hour, and then that'll be about it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I really appreciated that at the end they referenced Guardians of the Galaxy 2 with the octopus kind of monster thing because technically the Tesseract is a battery source, and the octopus from the second Guardians movie feeds on batteries, feeds on energy. So
right,
that was
exactly
perfect thing to bring over Red Skull's champion.
So Caden, what can we talk about this with the development of the other stuff?
Yeah. Wait. Which stuff?
Talk about
with the animated stuff.
Yeah,
it was a variety article on it.
All right, so why don't you give it to us?
The one of the producers on What If today did a interview with Variety and said that there's multiple animated series in development, like What If and the I Am Groot, and the I Am Groot is a photoreal animation mini clip series, and they're working with different studios in Australia, Canada, in the UK, and different animated studios, and then they hope to work with Pixar and Disney Animation soon. But that's not yet. But yeah, there's multiple and different stages of development, and like season 2 of What If, which been confirmed a while ago.
Gotcha.
But it's all different animated styles. It doesn't have to be the What If style. There's gonna be different animated styles. So yeah.
Awesome. But I guess I was just gonna ask you guys. I mean, are you gonna be interested more? Like, would you be interested in seeing more of this new Marvel animation?
Sure.
I mean, definitely. I like the animation style. It was pretty good. Yeah.
It was clean. It was clean. It was, like nothing nothing before it. I thought the action sequences were great. And I thought it was fun. Although I did get to watch multiple episodes in a row. I think that definitely helped me. But I do like how the watcher is involved and how he kind of walks you through what is happening.
Yeah, like I said earlier, that the events of Loki, like Sylvie, killing He Who Remains and starting the whole multiverse. That's what starts the whole thing.
Right. Exactly. So
I wonder if it's technically in the multiverse, there's a potentiality that something in the What If series could affect the main MCU timeline, whether that be an event spanning over or a character crossing over. And I just wonder how they would treat that. If like Captain Carter just ended up in Avengers, 5 that spans a multiverse because Kang's the villain or something. Like, will Captain Carter like be played by Haley
Yeah,
Atwell?
like what we've been hinted at the Guardians of the Multiverse with promo and stuff with this, that's like that was a poster that was leaked in in the middle of Loki was going on, or when Loki didn't even start yet. The Guardians of the Multiverse poster came out, and it had Captain Carter, it had Killmonger, it had Spider Slayer, Spider Man, it had Party Thor, not Spider Man Slayer, Zombie Slayer, it's Zombie Hunter, and it had Supreme Strange, which is this Strange before he becomes this Sorcerer Supreme.
Right.
What about the evil Strange?
He becomes a dark Sorcerer Supreme, where he's avenging for Christine Palmer's death.
So
girlfriend.
I just wonder,
Yes.
how would they tackle that, of transferring from animation to live action and stuff like that?
There is a rumor that Captain Carter, Haley Atwell, is in Doctor Strange 2.
Kind of makes sense. I mean, she's cheap to get anyway, so.
And also, if you think about it, Haley Atwell was in the area of London during shooting of Mission Impossible 7 or 6. Which one's filming?
They're filming it back to back.
Yeah. So whichever one she was filming, she was filming that one, and she went to go film Doctor Strange 2 as well.
Well, Doctor Strange, we didn't get no pictures from the Doctor Strange set whatsoever.
Yeah,
No
that
leaks,
set
nothing.
That
is a very secret set.
And there's a reason for that.
Because Toby's gonna show up, that's why.
Yep.
There's more. It's more than that.
And Andrew Garfield too, so I mean, makes sense.
Thank you, Billy Robert. With Billy Robert, my
You mean
can you guys talk about a $5 super chat? Can you guys talk about the Flash movie and Keaton's comments? I'm assuming he means the Keaton's comments.
Can I
putting the suit back on and being like riding a bike? So yes, we can talk about that. We do have a couple topics left, including Deathstroke. So I think that would tie in just nicely. So we'll get into that. I don't know. What you guys want to get into it?
Sure.
All right, let's get into it.
Sure.
All right. All right. So Deathstroke.
Who cares that?
There was images that were not leaked, but put out. And they showcased that originally, instead of Bloodsport, they wanted Deathstroke for Team 2, and now there are a bunch of trades saying that James Gunn is in talks with Deathstroke, and I think this is something that we did not see coming. Because, no, it's not that we didn't see it coming, but we've been talking about James Gunn and what projects he could tackle, and Deathstroke never came to mind for me. I think a Deathstroke story could be perfect for James Gunn.
Oh, that is.
What do you guys think?
I think it's too serious.
I don't think it fits with his tone, to be fair, because it's not. He doesn't do this. James Gunn usually develops his characters with a lot of irony. For example, you see Super, for example, the movie he did in 28.
Brightburn.
Yeah.
But let's take Super, for example. He didn't do Brightburn. He didn't direct it, but he did direct Super, and Super actually
producer, was it?
Super is very serious. However, it treats the main character like a joke. It's aware the character is a joke, so he plays with it across the series and across the movie. And at the end, of course, it gets shockingly violent. But it's part of the joke that this stupid man in a costume is extremely violent and all that. It's part of the joke that James Gunn is playing with it. Same, Gunn plays with his movies like a big great joke that he's building up to till the end, and that's sweet. But I don't think I don't think that would fit with Deathstroke, and I think that he actually, when he pitched the story to Warner Brothers, originally he had, I think that's my theory, he probably had Deathstroke in it. However, he later realized that this story didn't fit for Deathstroke, and so he changed it for Bloodsport. Because imagine the same with Deathstroke in the same position. Can I say spoilers about the Suicide Squad?
I mean,
Yeah.
everybody has seen that.
Yeah.
I think we're past the time. Yeah, it's been a few days.
Yeah.
So imagine
we watched it again last night.
So I think, in my opinion, he would have tried to, if Slade was in the same position as Dubois, I think it would feel forced watching Slade like, no, actually Destro has a heart inside him. No, it fits for Dubois for Bloodsport. However, I don't think Deathstroke is that kind of character, and I'm probably gonna realize that. It's probably because Deathstroke actually would left Ratcatcher to be killed. In my opinion, if Deathstroke was there in the mission, watching
Deathstroke.
Peacemaker trying to kill Ratcatcher, he would have said,
No, Deathstroke would
"Fucking do it." Deathstroke only cares about his own family, not about others.
I think Deathstroke is more of he's not a team player like at all.
He's the killer.
But I feel like we're
gunned down
overlooking
people.
the fact that James can do. He doesn't have to do campy.
No. I never said campy. I said that he builds his characters with a lot of self-awareness and irony.
Yeah, but Brightburn
Deathstroke,
was pretty
it's not that kind of character.
Well, he was just a producer in that, though, right?
Yeah, Brightburn is not. It's not his own project. He just produced it.
I mean, still, it was kind of dark though.
No, dark, of course. I'm saying that, but he didn't direct it.
Yeah, I mean, like Zack Snyder produced Wonder Woman 84. I don't think Zack had a lot of say in that.
Exactly.
He wasn't involved with 84.
But he produced. He has a role, and
James wrote Dawn of the Dead. I mean, he knows how to write dark stories.
That's true. Right?
No, but that's a good example. Let me tell you a story about Dawn of the Dead. There's a scene where there's a preacher on the TV. The way actually James Gunn deal with that scene in the script is that originally the preacher on TV was like a crazy man, like, oh my God, pray to Lord Jesus Christ to free you from the zombies. It was something like that. And people and the characters would look at the TV and say, these crazy people around. But Zack actually, that was the original treatment of the scene. It was a comedical. It was a funny scene. It was meant to caricaturize the Christian people and saying, haha, look at how stupid and religious people are. And so, however, Zack's version actually treats it with some kind of ambiguity. It's like, oh, you see the preacher again, but he's kind of like more serious, calm, and creepy as heck. So it's like, it could be a joke, but it could not be. Could be like, Zack actually likes that ambiguity. Gunn doesn't. The Gunn actually planned that scene to be a joke. So I think he can do serious. That doesn't mean he is. Darkness doesn't mean there is an irony in that. The Suicide Squad is a very dark film with a lot of irony.
I get what you're saying. And you know what? If
I'm not complaining.
If it did come to fruition, I don't think that he would make Deathstroke like maybe say Bloodsport. I don't. Or Peacemaker. I think that tonally it would be a completely different project because it would have to be. I don't know. I mean, so let's go around the horn. Yeah, let's go around the horn. Would you be okay with this, Anthony? Would you be okay with this, Carlos?
Me. Okay. So yeah. No, I don't. I mean, I like the Suicide Squad, and I like as in I would be okay with Deathstroke being directed by James Gunn, or any project with Deathstroke being directed by James Gunn. No.
No.
I mean, I think he's doing well in what he has right now with the Suicide Squad, and he's been shown to like bring that levity and that heart and stuff like that. But I think when you want to get into the kind of grim with Deathstroke, I don't feel it. I don't see him doing that.
Okay. Understood.
I mean,
Okay.
I would have loved to see Deathstroke in the Suicide Squad movie, but even Joe Manganiello say like he was doing like what was like 6 7 8 months ago he was doing a press for a new movie that he was doing. So it's like I was supposed to be in the new Suicide Squad, but the studio decided not to have me. But like I would love to see it, but like he wouldn't make the big impact like Bloodsport did with Ratcatcher and everybody on the team. So like, if the Suicide Squad get a third movie, then I see Deathstroke showing up
What
like
I
what
fighting
think
and
about
stuff like that.
I
what
could see
about
Deathstroke appearing in Peacemaker. Actually,
ooh. What
I
about
could.
imagine Suicide Squad 3 with Deathstroke, Deadshot, and
Holy crap!
Bloodsport?
I mean,
Holy shit.
I made my opinion known with like I like if they do Suicide Squad 3, even if they call it that, like I really want a team versus team movie. And once I learned about the Secret Six, like courtesy of Caden, thank you very much for being the knowledge guy. Like, because it's like Amanda Waller runs that team as a substitute for the Suicide Squad, and now we know that Bloodsport, Ratcatcher, King Shark, and Harley are all free, and they have some kind of relationship, like, and that they trust each other. They can form their own Suicide Squad.
Okay.
So it'd be the Suicide Squad versus the Secret Six.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Guys, what are you thinking? What are you thinking of this Michael Keaton comment?
I know what it means. I know.
The comment where he says like riding a riding bike, but no,
Riding a
like
bike. I want to talk about the Flash movie in general, but let's start it off with this comment. I need to get rid of this picture. I don't know where it's like not there anymore, but it's still here. Okay, yeah. All right, there it is.
hot take.
So
Oof.
Michael Keaton put out a comment saying that it was he putting on the bat suit was like riding a bike. Are you guys a fan of him putting the bat suit on in general? Because I didn't think that the story may have called for it. I thought it was going to be more him as Bruce Wayne.
Well, we saw concept art of him with teaming up with the Flash with the suit on.
Yeah. But I mean, so what? At 70 years old, he's still fighting crime.
No,
I mean,
I think you tell it. You first.
I mean, I feel like he probably will have like a Kingdom Come suit. I know he's wearing the return suit, but I mean, he's Bruce Wayne. He makes suits throughout his lifetime. Like he upgrades suits every time he likes to. Like, I mean, if he wear like a Kingdom Come suit, like he still could fight. But like, I mean, Keaton coming back. I mean, it's gonna be dope. I've only seen the Flash movie because of him and Zamilla, and that's it. But Keaton's suiting up again. It will most likely be a stunt double, like 80% of stunts. It's gonna be like a stunt double under the suits and stuff like that. But like with those like concept art like leaks of that one video, that I think that the 1 minute video, like they have baby flying, which I don't know why. and
Yeah.
then
What's up with
and then
that?
this third person,
Oh, that's I think. Oh, that's a
and then this
reference
third
actually.
person that's gonna be in the Batmobile, which we don't know who's that third person they with yet. So there's three people that that's in the Batmobile. Like it keeps saying spoilers. Like I want to know who character is that keeps saying spoiler. I mean, Supergirl is in it, but like it just like in a leak um video that they show that DC took down everybody on Twitter. That I mean, it showed that there was gonna be a person showing up and it say spoilers. I don't know what character it was, but like I mean, I want to see Keaton when he does it and he still got it. So it's gonna be cool what he does to a character, and him
Okay.
teaming up with Ben Affleck, which he teased. Like it's
Yeah.
gonna be cool.
H Barts with another super $2 super chat. Will be
I'll be able to
will
move
he
ahead.
be able to move his head now?
Yes, most
I hope
probably.
so. I hope so. I hope they have upgraded the suit so that he can move
Batfleck
his
can move
head.
it right now, and he also has a
Look,
very. Batfleck also has a thick neck, and still he can move it.
Yeah, yeah.
I just wonder how they would treat the slapstick and translate that, because now with our modern effects and just like how more serious and grounded combat is in movies, we saw Justice League, if that's what they're going off of, if the 2016 Justice League is that, if that's what they're branching off of and not Zack Snyder's Justice League for the Flash, then of course, I mean, it's a flawed movie, but combat's still like it's there, So I don't know if we're gonna resort to stuffing bombs down people's pants and stuff like that and lighting them on fire with the incinerator in the back of the Batmobile. But I mean, I just hope they really don't play up like Keaton, I'm so old, I'm washed out, What the
Actually, I
fuck?
think the opposite. I think they will play against Batfleck. That Batfleck is more like a more physical person, while this older Bruce Wayne is actually more of a planner. He's more of a strategic mind. I think they will have a fight at the beginning. I can imagine them fighting just for a little second, and maybe not on suit, maybe just like on as Bruce Wayne. Maybe like Batfleck tries to, I don't know, catch him by surprise, and maybe Keaton like already has something prepared. I don't know.
I have really no attachment to the older Batman film, but at least from what little I saw, I don't know if he's the most strategic mind. But okay.
No, I'm not saying. I don't think
I
they
mean,
will
he's a
care about the
psychopath.
last movies.
Wait.
I don't think they care about the last movies. They will make his own in this one.
Yeah. And I also wonder, how does he come into the universe? Like, is it literally just the universe melded together, and then he's like wandering around aimlessly? Does he know he's going to a
No,
separate
I think
thing?
they did show that in this case, Barry goes to his world.
So
He
he's like
travels and
so
he
Barry
ends
is
in
like recruiting.
So yeah, like okay,
sorta.
so it's basically like it opens up like Flashpoint, where something like that, where he time travels back in time, but instead of time traveling, he time travels,
But he also
but
goes
he
to
probably
different
goes
Earth.
he probably
Multi-
goes to a different Earth,
dimensional travel.
The thing is,
and
damn,
that Earth is
Okay.
Burton's Earth, and then he probably wakes up in Wayne Manor or something like that.
the thing is that in this, I'm sorry, but the Flash movie, if you're not gonna have a Reverse Flash in it, like the first 5 minutes of him killing Nora Allen, that if you don't have that in the movie, that is stupid to me. Because Reverse Flash have to be involved some way how into killing his mother.
I think
Like, he has to.
what I was
Unless you have a stunt double, if you have a stunt double, I'll be fine under the Reverse
I was
Flash.
thinking maybe like how they did it with the first season of the Flash series, where they had like a blur, a yellow blur,
Yeah.
and like that little like yellow blur. So like it's a yellow versus red blur. That's like something like that.
I just
But-
like, to me, it's
that's-
very hard having a Flash movie without Reverse Flash in it. Like, it's very Reverse Flash is Barry Allen's greatest enemy in comic book history. he's a psychopath. He want to go after Barry Allen, his mother, and everything. So like not see
Uh,
him. Maybe if you show him, if you show Barry in Reverse Flash in the first him killing Nora Allen, and then at the end of the movie in the post credit scene for a second Flash, if the Flash movie get a second movie, then sure. But like it just not having him in the Flash movie we kind of messed up to the comic book people that read comics and stuff like that. That's just my
in the
opinion.
original comics, Reverse Flash didn't kill his mother. In the original comics, it's just we didn't knew who was the killer. It was later after the New 52
Yeah,
that
they retcon it
they
and to say that
retconned and
Reverse Flash
they
killed him.
changed it.
Yeah.
So and I don't think he will go back to. I don't know. It's
My
let's
Jarbo.
say that, what I'm hearing is that
Hey, Jarbo, do you want to pop in?
holy crap, it's Jarbo.
Jarbo's a
Yeah,
Jarbo.
he's in the comments.
And that set photo when we see two versions of Barry Allen, I was like, please do not be that evil virgin is a virgin of like Salvatore, aka a future version of Barry
Or
Allen.
could be Black
That
Flash.
I would love to see Black Flash, because Black Flash is a hunts down speedsters who messed up with the timeline. That's pretty much what the Black Flash is. He hunts down speedsters. The Speed Force create him to hunt down speedsters, and so like if I've seen the Black Flash or either Reverse Flash or even I mean that set photo when he talking to a version of himself from Michael Keaton universe, like sure, but like I just have Reverse Flash some way be involved in the Flash movie. For
Well,
even for like 10
they
minutes.
could give little hints, but he doesn't need to be involved in the story. For example, Joker wasn't in Batman Begins. For example, he just appeared like as a card at the end.
I
Real
mean,
quick,
Batman
guys,
Begins was like a Batman origin movie. You didn't need the Joker for that.
All right, that's a good point.
Real quick, guys. H Barts with the $2 super chat. The founder, Michael
Keegan.
Michael Keegan.
Keegan.
Thank you, H Barts. You have been so supportive tonight. Thank you so much. You and Real Elmo, the past 2 nights have been absolutely fantastic, and I really I truly can't say enough. So thank you so much.
The one thing I didn't like in Batman Returns is that the way that he pulled up his Batman cowl was like, what the hell happens? That was terrible. I was like, what happened to the black? How you call this black stuff that he wear under the eyes?
The eye paint.
I forgot.
The eyeshadow.
Eyeshadow.
Eyeshadow. Like, what the hell happens to that? I was like, Tim Burton. Was that an editing mistake or something? I don't know, but just like, and I hope like he could move his head a little bit, because I mean he has to. Like, I don't want to see him like he has to move his head around. I don't want to see the same thing.
Yeah,
we now have technology to make a man move his head.
I mean, he's Bruce Wayne. He upgrade his suits in every comic book run or movie. So like, come on, like this.
Part of me really wants another, like, eventually a version of Batman to get the Deadpool treatment when where all the mask is practical except for the eyes, and then they can make the eyes a bit more expressive, as well as like color them out whenever he uses like detective vision, or anything like that. So it's like
the Dark Knight kind of dabbled with it, and then even BVS dabbled with it.
Yeah,
I don't. Did BVS do that? I don't really remember.
With the mecha suit.
The mecha suit had the white eyes.
Yeah, makeup suit.
What? Oh well, it's not like expressive. So like when you see the animations and it zooms in on Batman's face, how he could like scowl and move his eyebrows and stuff like that.
Like Ocean Master. Ocean Master also has like very expressive eyes.
Well, yeah, it's just that with Ocean Master, it's more like it's metal. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, but
it's a little more jarring. But no, I know that yes, that's where they dabbled with it in the DCU before. But if they could have it with Batman, and he has like, he has whatever kind of fabric or material for his face, I think it'd be really awesome.
maybe.
Or even have some versions of the suit where the eyes are completely whited out.
Isn't that
No,
what Robert Pattinson Batman doing? Like, he got the makeup under his eyes and stuff like that. What I mean,
No, he's talking about the cow actually moving with his expressions.
Yeah.
H Barts H Barts with another $5 super chat. Every Batman wears eyeshadow because in comics mask goes up to eyes. Yeah.
Yes.
And you know what?
Incredibles.
Hey, speaking of this, what I really like about Matt Reeves, the Batman, is when he takes off the cowl, the eyeshadow is still there. Unlike every other iteration where it magically disappears.
Unlike Returns at the end of the movie, which oh my god.
I mean, that's what happened. That was pretty apparent in BVS when in the nightmare scene when Superman takes off the cowl. And the cowl was like it was all rubbery and it feels like there's no tech in it or anything like that. But of course, I won't blame the quality of the cowl from like a Batman who doesn't have any more resources because it's the apocalypse. But still,
I mean, he's in a nightmare timeline. He got no resources.
Yeah,
it's only him and stuff like that.
No, you're right. You're actually really right.
Yeah, but
because earlier in that movie we see that helmet. I mean, that cowl is bulletproof.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, but and when they took it off, it's all rubbery and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think there needs to be a good blend between the rigidness of the material as well as like the shape of the ears and like and the eye holes. And I still would like the Deadpool treatment if they could do that. But all I know is that like with Pattinson, I know the forehead and stuff. It looks like he has a 5 head and it's way too domey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It reminds me more of Daredevil than a Batman.
In my opinion, Robert Pattinson is gonna kill it.
DL says here, an overexpensive cowl and white eyes might come off a bit cartoony.
Exactly, that's what I was going to say.
Well, I mean, people dealt with it with Deadpool, and I know Deadpool is a comedic character, fourth wall breaking character, but I think if you tone it down a little bit more, because I know Deadpool, it's really expressive, but just enough to get the focus, when you squint your eyes or when you make a scowling expression, like you're angry, something like that.
Batman from the Telltale games has expressive acts, for example. He even blinks and all that. He's the equivalent of that. Now, is that Batman more intimidating than the Batfleck? I think maybe you could say no, but actually, Telltale. Sorry, my English is glitching again. The Telltale games Batman actually is not as intimidating, and yes, sure, he would be more expressive if you actually bring this technology to move around his face, or maybe again. You give him the Deadpool treatment, but it's.
Well, I also thought the Telltale Batman was a little scrawny.
But in your opinion, what is improving? What is actually adding to the character to having expressive eyes for Batman, who is meant to be a demon for criminals? What is adding to him?
I think it'd be an improvement. Ty, you're muted.
No. What is adding to him exactly, in your opinion?
What it would add the level of intimidation. Like so I would say. Yeah, and also an expressiveness through the cowl. Well, not just like that, but
because the criminals can't see that you have eyes.
Yeah, and also and you could edit it more like where if you wanted to, you could color out the eyes, just be white, and
No. I'm not talking about the white eyes. I'm talking about the expressiveness, the expressiveness to move your eyebrows and all that. Because that's the whole Deadpool treatment. It's not just the white eyes. Because in that case, it's white eyes, and that's
cool.
Well,
I think it served the character more. You know what I mean? Because I guess it could show a sort of vulnerability. Yeah, Batman always has everything in the bag, but he's not invincible. You know what I mean? So if we could, it would offer more kind of emotional scenes for when he has the cowl on and stuff like that.
Sure.
That's what I think. That's just me.
What would y'all like to see Michael Keaton Robin?
Wait,
Michael
what?
Keaton's Rob.
Like,
Michael
like,
Keaton.
I mean, I know they're making the '89 comic, which I heard is good.
Oh,
Like, I know Marlon Wayne's. Well, I mean, he's still getting paid for Warner Brothers until this day. He was supposed to
Oh,
be
would you?
Robin in Batman Returns.
Yes.
But I mean, and stuff. I mean, I would love to see
Robin like taking somebody's money, like mugging somebody. Okay, never mind. I'm sorry. Just had to do it.
I don't know. Maybe who knows? I mean,
No. I know what you mean. Robin's sidekick.
I mean, Robin was supposed to show. Well, Dick Grayson was supposed. He was going to play Dick Grayson. He was going to show up at Returns, but
Do you
he
think
couldn't.
that do you think that would be a cool addition?
Well, Michael Keaton having his Robin.
But Marlon Wayne specifically.
Be a very old Robin, wouldn't it be?
I mean,
Yes,
I mean, Dick Grayson. If Michael Keaton have a Dick Grayson in his universe, Dick would be old. Oh, that man, that costume.
and drawn by Joe Quinones. Yes, I've seen those.
Yeah, like
It's looking sweet.
if Michael Keaton does have a Robin, like if a Robin show up in the Flash movie, like I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but he would be old and retired as Dick would be retired if he show up.
Well, I mean, if Batman's not retired,
But I would love in the Flash movie, please give me an Easter egg of Billy D. Williams being Two-Face. Give me that Easter egg in the Flash movie. I want that. I want the Easter egg. Like he
Wait, but-
became
put that back up.
Two-Face. That looks fantastic.
Wow. That's
Alfred looked like a butler. I'm not gonna lie, he's a butler. Commissioner Gordon. Let's see.
And this is for the '89 comic, right?
That's a Joker.
Yeah,
gun.
the 89 comic. That was supposed to be Marlon Wayne's look in as Robin in Returns.
Yes,
which
and
makes
all
sense.
those are drawings by Joe Quinones, I think.
But I mean, I just hope maybe in the
Yeah,
Flash movie, give
Marlon
me
Wayans was
give
going
me
to
an
play
Easter
Richard
egg
Drake,
of Billy
which
D.
is a
Williams
combination.
as Two-Face. Just give me that Easter egg. Because I know the Flash was going to have a lot of Easter eggs in Michael Keaton universe because he fought since Returns, we don't know what happened.
Well, they will
his-
visit the cave for sure. They visit Michael Keaton's cave. So maybe you will see, maybe, I don't know, the giant coin. Maybe. I don't know. But it would be nice to see more
It would be
hints.
cool, like, if Michael Keaton referenced his villains, like, what he fought after Returns, because he was supposed to get a third Batman movies, like, it was going to release back in 95. Like, he was supposed to get it, but Warner Brothers got kick off Tim Burton because of toys. So, like, I mean, I just hope the Flash movie got Easter eggs for Tim Burton, well, Michael Keaton Batman
Yeah.
villains.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that Two-Face.
Who is that girl? Is that Harley?
No, that's still like Joker thoughts.
A goon.
Fans?
Yeah.
Oh, Joker Goons. Never mind. Yeah. I like Chloe Kinsey.
Those two look like Harley Quinn's nieces.
Oh, yeah, that's from Batman. From Batman Beyond. Yes.
That's a
Yep.
good looking Robin.
Yep.
I mean, that was supposed to be Marlon Wayne's Robin at the time. So, yeah.
Yeah, as you can see, he's Richard Drake, so it's
But look at Billy D. Williams.
amalgamation.
Come on, we all know Billy D. Williams would have killed it as Two-Face back in the 90s.
Oh, yes.
He would have been perfectly.
I love that in this case they are not going with the red, with the second face being red. In this case, it's
It's
like
great.
It's white. It's like blue. It's like a bright blue.
Hmm.
I love that. It's more otherworldly. Looks more expressive.
One cameo I do want in the Flash movie also is Brandon Routh as Kingdom Come Superman, or is Christopher Reeve Superman
Oh,
either. Because if I hope to God, I hope
He's-
Warner Brothers is not a stupid studio that they will CGI Christopher Reeve. Do not do that. I don't want that.
oh yes,
well,
me
he's already
neither.
showed up in Crisis.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying. Like, if Warner
But
Brothers
he no.
knows,
What I'm saying is that he's saying that we don't want like a CGI Christopher Reeve.
no.
No, I'm
Yeah, I don't
saying,
think
but
they'll give him
Brandon
the
Routh,
Leia. Leia
Yes,
suit.
Brandon,
Brandon Routh is the version of Christopher Reeve Superman from the
yeah.
Kingdom Come.
So
Yeah.
so you could use him as the Kingdom Come style, um, or just the continuation
You
of
know what would be
Christopher Reeves.
perfect what if
What if?
Brandon Routh? Okay, there's a big if.
What if?
What if? Yeah. What if Brandon Routh is Michael Keaton's Superman and having connected in the
Well, I
same
think
universe?
that would be
Oh,
the best
Well,
case scenario.
Because that would make sense. Because that would make sense because I know in Crisis they referenced the Joker bombing the Daily Planet and then a Batman reference too. So I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
cool.
Keaton made it apparent that Superman existed in that universe.
Yeah. So that would be
and
cool.
then vice versa.
Yeah. And what about Linda Carter as Michael Keaton, Wonder Woman?
oh, could
Uh,
be.
yeah, that could work. Yeah, that could work. That's their trinity.
But
But I
no
don't
Wonder,
think
no
though.
Warner
But at the
Brothers.
end, I
They
don't
would never
think
do that.
those details would be better if they are actually
I think
contributing to the
I
tone or maybe the themes of the story.
yeah, I think that would be if I'm being and as cool as it would be to see, I do think that would be a little bit too much.
Well, like Michael Keaton having his own version of. Okay. I
Just
see.
overloading on characters
Exactly, and it doesn't. For
cameos.
example,
Because
let's.
what
So
we
you
saw
rather
with
you rather see Brandon Routh and Michael Keaton? That's it. I'll be fine with that.
what we saw, the problem with Crisis on Infinite Earth was they tried to do way too much. That the story ended up faltering because of it. So we don't want that to happen either. Like fan service for the sake of fan service doesn't always work. So again, it all boils down to we need to have a good story in the at the foundation. And if it allows for it and doesn't take away from that story, then yeah, I'd be okay with seeing it. However, we can't just throw cameos in there just to hit us with nostalgia or whatever, and then have the story be shit. You know?
Yes.
What about John Wesley Shipp as Kid in Flash? Because I know in the 1990s show they reference Gotham like.
Well,
two
he's been in
times.
the Flash as well, so
True.
And he actually served for the story. He wasn't just a cameo or something like that.
Well,
I gotta bounce,
his
guys.
character got killed off.
Oh,
Don't mean to interrupt, but I gotta bounce. But it's been fun.
yeah, no.
Take
We're
care,
actually gonna
man.
wrap it up in about 5 minutes.
I just hope that at the end
Okay.
of the day with this Flash movie, I hope it's good. I hope
Goodbye, man.
like they have cool cameos in the Flash movie and stuff like that, like Brandon Routh, maybe Linda Carter, or John Wesley Slipper, the Flash, whatever. Just have,
But
or maybe Christian Bale or something, whatever.
yeah,
Like
but what
have
is the
cool
problem is
cameos.
I will ask this again, man. What is it adding to the story? For example, let's say now BBS, the nightmare scene. Say what you want about the nightmare scene in BBS. It's a bit of fan service, but it does fit with the themes of the story because it has a Batman at the end of the world, has these details about gods and men fighting each other. It thematically it fits, even though it has fan service. Yeah, and it has Flash, of course, like this messenger from the future, but it all fits at the end in the story, and it helps building up this world, and it helps, most importantly, helps with the narrative. If you now add for this Flash movie, these cameos of, let's say, Billy D. Williams as Two-Face or Superman, what does it? You have to at least ask yourself, what is it adding to the narrative or the themes? Apart from, yes, cool, would be cool, yes, but even I don't think even Snyder works that way. I don't think any director should work that way. You should working. What
Yeah.
does it add to the story?
It
Yeah,
needs to,
yeah, that's true. But not like
yeah,
Warner Brothers. They throw everything at the fans.
yeah.
But
Like
you're kind of
it's
asking for it, right?
like they're gonna do fan. Like,
You're
they're gonna
kind
do
of, but you're
cameos or
asking for it in a way. You want that, but I'm sure you also want a better story. And but okay, I won't I won't criticize you. Sorry.
No, I think fan service is always a good thing. It just needs to be done, and it needs to be done in a way that doesn't take away from the story. So if you can find a way to um you know make sure that the story doesn't falter, but also include characters that add to it, I think that's going to be your best bet, right? So Zack Snyder's Justice League, for example, is a prime example. Yes, it has fan service, but it serves the story wonderfully.
true.
H Barts with another super chat. H Barts, thank you so much for being here. Listen, H Barts,
Writing.
H Barts, Real Elmo Cinema, and anyone else, or everyone else that was in the chat tonight, guys. Thank you so much for all of your support. And H Barts, I know this is your first time here tonight. I hope it's not your last. I really, I mean, I hope I see you more. I don't know why I said I hope it's not your last, but we have shows almost every day. Panels, panels are panels, but we do have shows almost every day and other stuff going on, all the time. So I'd love to see you around, all of you in the chat. I'd like to see all of you around way, way, way more. This has been so fun, guys. So fun.
No problem, man. Oh, what does he mean with AOD, Army of the Dead?
Yeah, he thinks that I'm Zack Snyder. Apparently I sound like Zack Snyder.
That's
And
funny.
huh?
Sometimes.
I say that's funny. Like,
Yeah. He thinks I sound like Zack Snyder.
It's funny because it's true.
Yeah. I am writing Army of the Dead 2 right now. Again, I am crowdfunding it. Netflix gave me a lot of money for it, but I do need some more money from the fans so I can get some casting in there as well. So the more you guys show up, the more you guys support the channel.
Also donate to AFSP.
Yes, also always, as always, donate to AFSP, guys. Truly, that I again can't say enough.
Remember, you're not alone.
Yeah, you are not alone, guys. Speaking of that, if you ever want to talk, if you ever want to vent, if you ever want to just
Chill.
cry, I've been through a lot in my life. I understand. So if you ever need to talk to anybody, I'm always here. And I'm always willing to lend a helping hand or just an ear. So guys, this has been super fun. I love each and every one of you. Tomorrow, Jiving with Jack at 4:30. And then I also have some pre-recorded stuff coming out, some exclusives on a Green Lantern project that may be in the works. And then we have tons of actor interviews coming up in the very near future, maybe from the Flash. Which Flash is it though? And we have a interview with the whole cast and crew from an Adult Swim show that's coming out. I can't say the name of it, but you guys would be familiar with like Brandon Davis or Sean O'Connell when they do the interviews with the entire cast and crew. I will be doing one of those coming up with the whole cast and crew of that show. So it's going to be super fun. Don't forget This Saturday, Screen Rant's own Stephen Colbert, not that one, but Screen Rants, will be joining the podcast, and we're going to be talking about a bunch of stuff, including the Snyderverse. So you will not want to miss it. Guys, come show up. It's going to be live. Send some super chats. During the podcast, the only way that your questions get answered is if you send a super chat, because so many of them come through that we can't get to all of them. So super chats are the way to get questions answered. Steven is such a knowledgeable person. So guys, it's gonna be what we got in the works. You wouldn't even believe. And I can't wait to tell you what it is. So if you do become a member of the channel, you'll get all that information early, about a week before it happens. So there's your incentive, as well as exclusive access to behind the scenes content, early access to podcasts, and so much more, including discounted merchandise, like this TY's Corner mug, this TY's Corner face mask, which I use you can see it's dirty in the back. I use it every single day. But we have a bunch of other stuff. We have Snyder shirts that say "In Snyder We Trust," and it has his face on it, and on the back, they're really good shirts. So all the links are in the description below, guys. Where can we find you on social media? Let's start with Mask of Shy.
Well, you can find me as Mask of Shy, as is written somewhere around. You can find me as Mask of Shy in Twitter, and you can find me and you can see my art if you find me in Instagram as Alessandro Candiotti. And yeah, I do fan arts, and also I do commissions, but only if you
we're
like
actually
my stuff.
we're gonna commission him for a picture for our show very soon. So I'm super excited about that.
Sure.
So if you guys,
that would be nice, man. No problem.
If you guys want to if you guys want to check him out. He's a great artist. And we look forward to having him on next time. All right, Anthony Beltre, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter, Anthony Belcher, and that's it. Yeah, thank you for having me.
Of course, you're always welcome. Every Wednesday we do panels. You're always welcome. We also do like random panels sometimes, so you're always welcome there as well. We'll get you added to the Twitter list thing, or join our Discord. And you can just jump in whenever you can. Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
All right, guys, stay after the show, and we'll have a little chat. I'm gonna remove you for now. All right, guys. So tonight, a panel. That was the panel. I just want to throw a quick shout out to H. Bart's, Real Elmo Cinema, Nick Carr, Adam Silvestri. You guys threw some super chats in, as well as all of our channel members. You guys are the lifeblood of the Pop Culture Corner. Any support goes a long way. With even if it's $1, $2, $3, pay what you think the show is worth to you. And that's all we ask. That's really all we ask. We don't want anyone going broke because of it, but if you can support the show, it means the world to us. You can also listen to us on any and all major podcast platforms. All the links are in the description below. With that being said, guys, we do it for you. We do it for the culture, and I will see you next time.